So, where should I say? So I originally qualified as a doctor in 1985. I first did house jobs in medicine and surgery based at St George's Hospital. And I'm moving on to resting state analysis in mouse brains. So I first did a degree in medicine, then working as a doctor I found I don't really like people. So I went and did a degree in electronic engineering so I could work with computers. And I found after some time that computers are almost as annoying as people. So I decided to move into the field of neuroscience research to see if I can find out why both people and computers are so annoying. Back in the early 2000s, I read a book by Daniel Dennett, Consciousness Explained. And I thought this was very interesting. I thought, well, I know what I'll do. I'll go back to university and do a PhD in computational neuroscience, which should tie together some of the things I've learned from medicine and some of the things I've learned from software. So I went back to Edinburgh University and there got interested in decision making in how the basal ganglia work. And I originally saw these box and arrow diagrams of the cortico-basal ganglia loops. And I thought, well, my background in electronic engineering focused mainly on control theory. And you look at these negative and positive feedback loops and think, well, I've got the expertise, I should be able to sort out how all that works in quite short order. Turns out to be virtually impossible to actually express these loops in the same way that they're done in electronics. It's far more complex than the box and arrow diagrams express. So I first of all worked in computational modelling of decision making, and then depending where I've been working, I've moved into different fields. And I'm now looking at analysis of MRI in animals. One of the things I find most interesting from the areas of research I've done is that there isn't just one piece of the brain doing decision making. We actually have at least 3 different networks all doing decision making in parallel in different ways in your brain at the same time. And which one takes control of what you actually do to make a decision depends on how much training you've had, how much effort you put into making the decision. And most of these decision-making processes are completely at the subconscious level. So the thing that actually I find the most interesting about that is how people justify the decisions they've made. Everything which you explain on a conscious level, it seems from what I know from the research, is a post hoc explanation of what you've done at a subconscious level. Neuroscience in general, it's the most interesting field to work in because the rest of the body is pretty well understood. But there are huge challenges still in neuroscience. I thought they were large when I started studying it, and the further on I get, the more I think they're bigger than anybody realises. We may well be heading towards developing some sort of artificial intelligence that can do many of the things that humans can do. But in our present understanding, it won't do it in the same way that humans do, because we don't know how humans do these things.